know why. You would think that, you're a police officer and you're driving this big ass truck that you would know how to park properly. But no, I'm stuck. Hello, Munchie Mafia. Anybody here? Anybody? Let's see. Gate to open. Freedom! So, nobody's coming. Wow, amazing what a half hour can do to the commute. Lane. Hello. Hello, Tomahawk. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I have to actually use my headset. Hello, honey. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to pick up your prescription because I had a bad day today. So, yeah. Anyway, it wasn't that bad of a day. It's just a lot of stupid. It's like, wow. Can y'all hear me? Can't read too well. Hi, Mason. Hi, Viper. Who else is here? I can't read very well. I don't have my bifocals. So anyway, this is my drive home. It's a gloomy hump day at 7 o'clock in the evening in great old Pacific Northwest. Having a blast. Oh man, daffodils. Or no, yeah, daffodils. Tulips are not yet. Um, Maybe. Hi, Greg. So yeah, if anybody's interested in getting into the lovely, lovely field of corrections, um, yeah, it's actually kind of fascinating and fun at the same time. And why are people driving so damn fast? Like, really? Really? Fuck you. Whoa. In the wrong gear or what? Oh. Anyway, yes, I'm driving like a fucking bat out of hell. It's just been a long day. It's like, yeah, two for asking me for jobs. This morning at 6:45 while I was sitting in a class that really didn't need to take, but I had to take it so I could get the credit for it. It's like 2 minutes late for work, and I was able to get my coffee. I wasn't able to get my coffee yesterday, which really kind of pissed me off a little bit because it's like, so I'm a little bit jacked up right now. And why is my GPS doing this to me? I don't want to go this way. I don't want to go this way. Oh well, I guess I'm going this way, guys. So yeah, we're going southbound, or we're headed southbound on 167 because according to my GPS, it says traffic is going to be light. So we'll see. Um. So anyway, I got this email at 6:45 in the morning, and I'm like bored to death. I'm sitting on my porch, freezing my ass off, trying to take my class before I leave for work so that I don't have to wake Timmy and the dogs and cats up. But unfortunately, the cats were like, no, Bish, frickin' feed me. We're hungry. Can't you see we're starving to death? Come on, where's the food? Meanwhile, 30-pound cat, and Rufus has been gaining a lot of weight too, and poor cranky old Winston, he looks like he's emaciated, but he's old, and that's what happens to old cats. They start to develop a type of or hyperthyroidism, and so anyway, back to this email. I'm like, so everything's done in triplicate on the computer system, and it's like, so I have to do all these meal counts, and then I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and I have to enter these things, like 21 different pages in 5 different categories, or the stuff, right? So I have to do that like 3 times. Put it in the computer in the morning, or actually I have to change the tally every morning, and then I have to put this in and put this in 3 times 7. Okay, so 5 categories, 3 separate applications, and so it's like somehow, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm left-handed and can't use a right-handed mouse, and can't use a right-handed numeric keypad, because I just totally screwed about seven frickin' days worth of, or 7 frickin' meals worth of damn numbers. So I'm like, oh my god. So I feel like I'm in 3rd grade where the teacher's like correcting everything with a red pen, so I'm having to deal with that. And Cisco was like 4 hours late, and I had to deal with this case of pepper packets. Got a case of frickin' pepper packets, right? There's 1,000 of these damn packets in a case, and it's like the guys are handing me this basket full of empty pepper packets, not even torn open, but empty. There's like literally air inside these little packets of pepper, and I'm like, what the hell? So now I got this basket sitting on my desk that says, filled with empty promises and broken dreams. Don't use. And it's going to be hundreds of them. So I sent the Cisco rep an email, and I sent him a picture. Well, this is what we've gone through so far. There's like several bags of these damn things, and this is what we've gone through so far, and this is what we have that's all empty. It's like we have more empties than we do pepper packets that actually have pepper in it, right? So I'm like, damn, this is stupid, man. He's like, well, I need you to go through the rest of the box. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? For what I get paid an hour, you want me to sit down at my desk and go through every single pepper packet in this whole damn box? Are you freaking kidding me? You are high. Oh my God. It's like, why? Why are you doing that? There's no reason. I'm going the speed limit here. But anyway, so here I am. My dishwashers were sitting there taking a quick break. I said, well, since you both are sitting on crates, why don't you guys go through every single one of these pepper packets and find every single one of them that's in this box and put the empties in the basket. It's like, wow. And they're like, oh, really? I said, you're sitting on your ass anyway. Just do it. Okay. It's like they got through 1 bag, 4 more bags. I'm like, F my life. F my life. F my life. So now I got to go through all this stupid bullshit. I tried to get it to go through my thing. Let me see here. So, turn off my car real quick. There we go. Can you guys hear me? Oh, I need to get a new phone. My phone's totally jacked up really bad. Yeah, my car just keeps trying to take over my headset. So, I don't want it to. Trying to make it not. I don't know. Good now? Okay. So, anyway, I got 750 frickin' pepper packets to go before I get through the rest of this goddamn case. Can't believe it. It's like, really? Really? Where's the quality control? So stupid. So pissed. So, anyway, I got this dude with his high beams on, and it's like, knock it off. It's like, stop. I wish I had a camera pointing out the back so you guys can see some of these idiots. So, anyway, Timmy, I'm not going to be able to stop at Costco to pick up your prescription. I just want to come home. I want to make myself a cocktail, and I just want to just cry. The rest of the day was just so stupid. I just want to, like, yeah, it was just stupid. It just, ran out of food at dinner time, so I had to reheat a bunch of stuff that was left over, and it's like, why are you not following the recipe? That's why we have production guides for every single thing that we cook. It's like, if it says cook 18 pounds of rice, cook 18 pounds of rice, not 12, not 12. It's like, God. So, yeah. Anyway, I love my job, though. I really do. I really do love my job. My job is great. They treat me really well. They give me really good support if I need it, you know, and it's like, it's really kind of cool. But just today was just horrible. It's like, uh. But one of the nice things is that one of my baking guys made some really beautiful oatmeal cookies. Thank goodness we don't have raisins. I told him, these things are absolutely perfect, and I told him, I said, don't you dare say they need raisins, because I hate raisins in oatmeal cookies. You're gonna put something in there, put some like dried cherries or dried apricots or dried something, but dates are good, or not cranberry, not raisins, but cherries or something like that. And maybe some nuts like almonds or whatever, something that goes really well with whatever fruit you're putting in there. But raisins can get the hell out of here, you know. I mean, there's a time and a place for raisins. Oatmeal cookies, no, no, no. This is why I have trust issues. Maybe some chocolate chips, or maybe even some crushed up Heath bar or something. I don't know. So I think I really need to work on some more baking and pastry stuff. I think that could be fun. I need more baking and pastry stuff. So anyway, the weather is a little chilly today. It's 55 degrees presently. It's supposed to get colder overnight, and then it's supposed to be a little chillier tomorrow and rainy. I think we had our one and only day of spring already. That was over the weekend. It was kind of nice. It was like t-shirt weather. I was actually thinking maybe it's time to, pack away the onesies. Maybe I don't need them anymore. And nope. So one of the questions that somebody sent me was, what does it take to become a chef? I've got a kid that wants to get into culinary. He's doing high school culinary arts. Uh, should he go to culinary school afterwards, or what do you suggest? And so, all right, so that's why I'm here. Aside from being jacked up on a lot of caffeine and 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 tears, um, so you got a high school kid that's getting ready to graduate from high school, and they're looking into possibly, they're doing high school culinary, which is nothing like culinary arts at the college level. It's totally different. It's totally different. It's you know high school culinary arts, depending on where you're at, could it be like just a glorified home ec of sorts, just not the sewing part, but it's just the cooking part, you know, and and I've seen some others that are actually really quite fancy, where they're doing some really cool stuff. What I suggest is, instead of getting into debt to the tune of $30,000+ for a culinary certificate, is to go and get your ass kicked in a kitchen. And I'm not talking McDonald's. Well, actually, McDonald's is not a bad place for kids to start. If your kid has not had a kitchen job before, McDonald's is a great place to start out, because it's corporate and they teach you a lot of stuff. You can advance, but it's not like culinary arts. My next door neighbor used to work at McDonald's, and she started as a teenager and ended up becoming a general manager. She ultimately quit, and she's doing something else because she's just tired of dealing with teenagers. I think they know everything, and they're so entitled, and they're like, anytime you try to correct them, they're all of a sudden they're like, they feel like they're like, oh, you're victimizing me, you're hurting my feels. Oh, So anyway, work your way up and go to college, but take the take the take business administration. Go get a degree in business administration, and maybe even if you want to get into the healthcare setting, I highly recommend going for a certified or registered dietitian, or even yeah, that's what I would recommend. And then once, when you're finished with that, and you're like thinking to yourself, all right, I still want to do this, uh, and go to culinary school after you've put in a year or so in the trenches, when you've gotten to the point where you feel like you can't advance anymore where you're at. It's like, go through the dish pit, do your garde manger, do or do prep, and then move up to the line and do your shit. Put your time in. Keep your head down. Listen to what everybody's telling you, and try not to learn everybody's bad habits. Because let me tell you something. When I was going through culinary school, there were a lot of high school, or a lot of youngsters that had just gotten out of high school, graduated from high school and entered the culinary program. Oh, I want to become, I want to become top chef. I want to have my own Food Network channel, and da 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 and da da. It's like, no, I'm gonna make some big money. I'm like hell you are. And they just looked at me, just like I shattered their dreams. And yeah, of course I shattered their dreams, because it's like, it's not gonna happen. You know, culinary school only teaches you wait, what you want to learn. It's like, if you don't dedicate every effort into perfecting this craft while in culinary school, you're not learning anything. You're learning the foundations of culinary arts. You're learning how to do kitchen math. You're learning communication, writing skills, business psychology, nutrition, safety and sanitation, HACCP. HACCP's a big thing, and that's not. It's not all just learning how to do this. Yeah, you're going to have to learn how to make cold emulsions. You're going to have to learn how to do your knife cuts. There's so many knife cuts, so many knife cuts, and a majority of them aren't even being used for anything. But if you don't know your culinary foundations, You're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to be wherever you're stuck and left to die on whatever station. You're not going to, you don't graduate from culinary school and just immediately become a chef. That's not what it is. I knew that when I went back to school. The reason why I went back to school is because it was on my bucket list to go back to school to finally attend culinary school. And I'd already put a lot of time in, a lot of time. And I've got bad knees, I've got bad hips, I've got bad ankles, bad back, bad neck, bad hands, bad everything. Everything freaking hurts. I'm in my 50s, and I'm at that point in my life where I know that the food truck is never going to happen, and I'm okay with that. I'm not really okay with it, but I have to make it okay. I wish I would have bought the food truck when I had the money, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, we are now presently in Bonnie Lake. Just came up Eli Hill. This is Highway 410. I remember back in the day when this area was nothing but trees, and it was one lane going each direction. And that was it. All this stuff just sprouted up out of nowhere, just a little bit at a time. And if you go up the road from here, going going south, took a right here or a left here, you'd end up in these frickin' fancy ass, frickin' McMansion areas, neighborhoods, where it's one road in, one road out, and they can't they can't support the infrastructure because there's just no place there. It's like this area is so jacked because of the 25,000 houses that they built. I mean, come on, Bonnie Lake. Whose brilliant idea was to build to Holly? And these people purchase these homes for several $100,000 up to almost $1 million, and it's like they're having they're having sewer issues, water issues, just issues. Getting in and out because there's only one road, and it's like, and they get out here to the middle of nowhere, and yeah. But then again, I live out in the middle of nowhere where it's just one road in, one road out. Unless you want to drive through the forest on one of the logging trails and end up, popping out somewhere, in freaking Packwood or something, you know, and getting lost, which is really sad because I guess apparently I kept hearing sirens when I got out of my car. I was talking to Tiger on the phone. I said, "You hear those sirens? They're coming for me, Tiger." He goes, "I'm not hearing anything. I did hear the dog, but I'm not hearing anything." I said, "Oh, they're flying up the hill." And it turns out that there was a Jeep rollover up there, and somebody, I guess, apparently ended up landing their Jeep into a tree and ended up uh, severing a severing an arm or something like that in the process. It's like severed hand. That's what it was. Severed hand was on the pulse point. So yeah, nobody dead, but somebody lost their hand, severed. I mean, can you imagine? You know, some of these people they just think that these 4-wheel drive things are just bulletproof, and it's like, no, they're not. They actually tip over a lot easier than you think they do. So I'm sorry, I really can't read the text. Uh, Probably going to lose you here in a few moments because we're coming into the area where there's like copious amounts of dead zones. It's once when you get out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, this over here, off to my left, across this barrier here, that all used to just be just the coolest freaking shit there ever was. There was nothing but trees. And then all of a sudden it's like they tore down all the trees, and all of a sudden this house just shows up out of nowhere. It's like there's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stone and brick house that looked like a freaking Tudor. It was just hiding in the freaking bushes or the trees back there. Now it's just they've leveled it out, dug a hole, and covered it up, and yada yada yada. And now they're building what? Warehouses. It's like, really? You're ruining the farmlands, guys. You're ruining it. And yeah, I miss that rural feel out here. I really do. Where, this is the evergreen state. We should have trees. We think that, evergreen state, everything's green, right? No, no. Oh, I want to move out in the middle of nowhere. I want to be able to live out in the middle of nowhere and get away from Seattle because Seattle sucks. And they move out in the middle of nowhere. Oh my God, there's a bobcat in my yard. Oh my God, there's a bear in my yard. Kill it, kill it, kill it. It's like you moved into their neighborhood. You bought your house in their neighborhood. You took their habitat for a zero lot line where you could pass your toilet paper out your bathroom window to your next door neighbor. And heaven forbid that you should be having loud sex in your bedroom because their house is end flipped, so they can hear you from their master bedroom. They're probably jerking it, listening to you and your significant other getting all jiggy and stuff. It's like, okay, man. I don't know why anybody wants to live in those freaking Cracker Jack houses. It's like some other ones that are built out in the Buckley area. It's like every time we get high winds, it's like the paint peels off completely off the houses and stuff, off one face of the house, tears up the roof, and I mean, we're not talking like hurricane strength winds or tornadoes, because we hardly ever get tornadoes out here neck of the woods, but it's like we get some pretty good windstorms, and they end up losing their frickin' vinyl siding or hardy plank or whatever the hell they're using on the sides of or on their houses and stuff. It's just blowing off because these houses are built so cheap. But hey, I want everything to be white on white. I want the quartz countertops and the subway tile backsplashes and this knotty pine that's milk washed, and I want the barn doors, the sliding barn door look on my house, even though I live in a HOA community. It's like and my house doesn't even look like it's anything country remotely, but I want it so that I can have something that looks really cool with my live, laugh, love chalkboard sign. That's oh my God, like, just stop. It's just ridiculous. So at least we have pot shops. At least we have pot shops. 2 pot shops, not that far from my house. It's like we're coming up on one here, off to the left, at this intersection that's coming up, called the Green Door, and then up a little ways, into Buckley proper. There's Mr. Bill's. Mr. Bill's has $5 pre-rolls on Mondays. Yes, but Green Door is pretty legit. See, I don't know if you can see the green roof, the lighting on the green lighting on the roof right there. I don't know. That's the Green Door. This here is going to be where I make my turn, and I want to make it through this. Piss off, monkeys. Okay, so then up here, just a little ways, just past this four-way stop sign, tore out some of the most awesome pasture land. Bought it all out, sold it all off. Now they platted it all out, and now it's these little mansions that are sitting there. And I remember a time when Timmy and I would come home or go out in the middle of the night in our pajamas, load up into the Fiero, and drive into town and go to Dairy Queen and get ice cream in the middle of the night because we had the munchies, and we'd have to stop. We'd have to wait for this herd of elk that would come just prancing through here in the middle of the night, right through those pasture lands. They would go across the street and then disappear through the other pasture lands on the other side of the street, and we'd finally be able to get by. And it's like, it's like they just took their time. They didn't give a shit because, you're driving this little Fiero and it's like, they could just stomp on you once. Yeah, see these, I don't know if you can see them, but see those. Like, really? I mean, they have beautiful views, but it's all used to be pasture land. And the several hundred herd of, heads of elk would just come walking through. By the time we got our stuff out at Dairy Queen, we'd be headed back home and we'd be walking back. Our ice cream's melting. And, yeah. I don't know. Nothing wrong with an old house. They have character. You know that your house is unique to the other houses in your neighborhood. Not one out of every six is the same, just different colors and but anyway. So I just wanted to give you an update. I had a shitty day. But it wasn't really a shitty day. And I wish that I could keep signal all the way through because this is such a beautiful drive, especially at nighttime. Just because it just looks like it's just never ending. But I'm going to lose you here in a few minutes. I'll let it go and see what happens. I don't know. It's just a beautiful area. And this is going to be the last gas station before you hit Mount Rainier from this side, from this little mini highway.